Hold on. Let me. Uh, testing, testing. Alright, y'all. Good evening. Why do they... Oh. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay at asterisk. I'm just... Two things are true. Well, maybe three things are true. One, I woke up about 10 minutes ago from a righteous nap. Two, I'm sick right now. And three, I feel funny. Not bad funny. Somewhere between haha funny and weird funny. But okay funny, you know? I'm gonna try to keep my voice loud enough because I feel like sometimes with the mic, if my voice dips into a certain threshold of not loudliness, then it does that chopping thing that I don't like where my voice just cuts in and out. So I'm gonna keep it at a consistent volume. Oh, good lord. No, is it? And you might know, Asterisk, you know that I don't watch a whole lot of German, but you know the beer clip? I kind of feel like one of the beers right now. Oh. Oh, I'm good. I want to play this. Hungry, thirsty, horny. Oh, I got a drink. Okay, that was fresh. That just happened. Uh, I probably could have gone to a fountain, used the pump. Ruby's casserole. All right. I gotta say it like that every time I eat one. And every time I eat one of Ruby's casseroles, she gets like a brain blast notification. She grows ever more powerful. Pretty soon she'll be able to single-handedly control the Mojave. Just like with brain telekinetic powers like the Nihilanth. Alright, I have to let her know, the frickin' Julie Farkas, that I have to do it back and forth. I have to let her, I have to go I talk to Garrett, I have to let her know, and then I have to let him know, and then I think I have to let her know one good time. I help with that addiction, probably even mention.
I saw them. Thank you so much for helping them. This means a lot to the followers of the apocalypse. You have our thanks.
Don't ask what happened to
Dixon.
Dixon.
If you need some medical supplies, come see me. With Jacob working with us, we should be able to spare a stim or fixer once a day.
Oh, that's cool. I think I found someone who will be able to cover your supplies.
That's phenomenal. Who did you find?
The Garrett twins.
They supply Freeside with drugs and liquor. From my point of view, they're just better organized pushers. Upgrading their stills would increase their supply of liquor and chems. How does that help Freeside?
I agree. It's not ideal, but what do you call it? You get your chems and can help anyone who gets addicted.
True, we could help addicts, but the cycle of addiction, recovery, and relapse would remain.
I mean, unless you shut down the Garretts, that would remain regardless. With a surplus of supplies, you could use your caps and influence to expand.
Good point. We wouldn't be paying anything for their supplies, just a portion of our food waste to make ethanol. We get food from nearby wasteland farmers in exchange for medical services, so we could put our caps back into helping Freeside. Tell the Garretts we'll keep their stills running if they provide us with supplies. Thank you for arranging this. You've been a godsend.
Let me call it. Alright, now I think... Oh. Oh yay, Freeside likes us now more. Oh yeah, I need to bring repair to a crisp... let me look here. Now look at my vacuumancy. So I can get a good idea. But yeah, I'm okay, Asterisk. Don't worry about me. If I was unwell, I'd let no. Um. Okay, so my science is staying at 88 for now. My That's the only one close. And I found that doohickey, Dean's Electronics in the Southern Nevada wind farm. And there are 3 of those, allegedly, so I'm going to bring my repair up to 92. And that way it's ready for jury rigging at level 14. Y'all know I can't wait to get that perk. And nothing else is really like that high enough. None of the other skills are that high enough that I need to worry about that. Oh, okay, let's ring. Ugh. I will let you know, because maybe I'm feeling a little... I'll be here for another 15 minutes. I'm playing Fallout myself. Which one? Also, apologies in advance. You will be hearing sniffling. 4, yay! 4 has a charm, like I said. Or, like, I still enjoy 4, even if I don't think the writing is as good as New Vegas. I think the writing for 4 is better than 3. I know a lot of people still don't like it, but I still like that you can at least have that choice of how you end the game. Oh yeah, I have to...
Hello there.
And you know, people don't like the workshop thing. They think it's Minecrafty, but I love that shit. I love having 4 dialogue options on my dialogue-driven RPG. Yeah, I don't like that much. I don't like that much. I don't like that there is a disconnect. I get they want to keep an element of surprise when you say things, or they want to keep the gist until you actively say something, but it makes it difficult when there's a disconnect for what you're trying to say. Also, if the usually on X or like the left part of the button pad, the left part of the button pad just has sarcastic as an option, but that doesn't give you enough info. Doesn't tell you. Sorry, I need to catch my breath. Holy crap.
I've got my eye on you.
No one's laughing in here. What the frick? Ugh. So maybe I am a little sick. And I have to
Hey, chum. Welcome back.
keep my words to a minimum. Oh, I need one of those like reclining chairs because I'm sitting on a big, relatively comfy stool right now, and I need that. I'll just click this.
Hey, that's great. We'll get some supplies sent over today as a show of good faith. Once our stills are upgraded, we'll never be short on liquor for our patrons. If Jacob Hoff is sober, we might even have a few new drinks on tap. Most might view us as drug-dealing enablers around here. But honestly, we care about our patrons. It's bad business for people to get addicted. We've got enough crime in Freeside without a bunch of strung-out junkies robbing traders and gamblers to afford their next fix.
He's somewhat... I mean, he somewhat cares about his people. Remember that bit? I do not. I am thankfully as unfamiliar with Pew, however you pronounce that, as it gets. kind of want to gamble. But we'll do that when all is said and done. We also gotta make sure we don't have to go back to frickin'... I think we do have to go back to at least one more good time. Not another fucking gambling stream. God damn it, Kios! In my defense, Caravan is not technically gambling. At least not like that. It is gambling a little bit, but there is more strategy involved. No house edge. No edging the house.
Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs. Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs.
As it happens, I have a can of ginger ale from a few hours ago. I do feel a little... like some funny business in my gut. I don't know what kind of funny business. You have root beer. Oh, I love this song. I say that every time.
Great to see you again.
Also, how's my audio? Because the mic, the volume is unnaturally clear and loud on my thing, which I don't mind. Maybe it's because of my TV volume as well. Yeah, I turned that up. The Garrets should be sending over supplies shortly.
I'm honestly pleasantly surprised they would help us out. But I can see the Garrets aren't doing this out of the goodness of their hearts.
Right.
Well, it looks like you've earned yourself a discount on supplies now that we'll be fully covered. This supply deal will aid our work immensely.
Do you have a Michael in the room with you? No. No. Mike. Aha! You're funny. I get it. Mike test. Perfect. I feel like, you know, that clip. I don't know if you saw. I think that might have been from a different one, but I just saw because I wanted to get some beer lore in my life, and one of the beers was running, and it was like, oh yeah, and then like there were farting noises and burping noises. That's kind of what I feel a little bit like right now. Not too bad, but all right. Arcade, do you like that I've been helping people?
What's up?
I just want to see your reaction. Perhaps the boomer from Left 4 Dead. I haven't played Left 4 Dead, but I think I know which one you're talking about. The one that's like super bloated with got like sores and stuff.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Oh.
Now what do we gotta do? Well, we'll ring his ding soon, but oh, okay. Oh yeah, one thing. It's just one thing.
It can be bought. It can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
Go over, Kim, make him say the line.
It can be
Oh.
bought.
Okay. I mean, I'm a little sick, and I just woke up,
It can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
and I'm ill, and I don't know whether I'll see the sun, but I guess.
If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
He does not give a hoot or a holler. Child.
Stop by Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs, sir.
Okay, that's sweet. I think I need to use an actual gun. Like a standard, yeah. Like one of the standard guns, because if he were to say if he were to say the line, it wouldn't make sense if it was an energy weapon. Well, okay, Mick and Rouse, or as I call them, Dick and Rouse, is somewhere around here. Well, I'm sure somebody around here has like a gun, like just like a 9mm. I'm sorry, Arcade. I know you probably don't like this. And yet you do it very easily. Alright. Does Dixon have a 9mm? I think he does. If he has nothing but a knife, that's gonna be very silly. He has a varmint rifle. Do I have ammo for a varmint? No. Nah, I'm not. If I happen upon a gun, I'll worry about it, but that's too much. Sorry, no, what you wanted.
What?
What?
Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs.
Oh, the boomers are heavy xenophobic. Okay. Let's go stop by the Kaengs. Now, one thing y'all might know about Elvis, they got his soul trapped in the orb, so. But this is obviously a fictional game, so they can have him wandering around. Neat.
What do we have here? Another petitioner for the king?
The king? Who's the king?
Who's the king? You believe this asshole man? In Freeside, the kings rule. And the king rules the Kaengs, got it?
Yes, I'd like to see the king if possible.
Anything's possible, I suppose. How much is it worth to you to meet the big man?
I'm new in town and wanted to pay my respects.
You know what? I like you. Half the people around here, they forget who runs this place. Head on through. The king's the bored-looking guy by the stage. Can't fucking miss him.
King. We get to meet the king. We're never gonna be able to say that shit normally. He's just the king. This is a cool outfit. Okay, we got. Hang on, let's fit check real quick. We got. I don't know if this is the standard. Wait, we can check real quick. Okay, it's just the standard followers lab coat. He just also happens to. I thought that was a unique one. Naked. Unfortunately, no actual nudity. Some money too. Give me some honeydew or whatever, whatever she says. Actually, let's use a light. This is the king. And we're told that the king is a little different than anybody else. It's a little different than his kings.
Look, Rexy, someone new's come to see us. Poor boy. He hasn't been feeling well lately. I'm the king. What can I do for you?
I was hoping you might have some work for me.
Maybe so. Maybe so. You look like you might be able to handle yourself. Tell you what, you do me a favor, and I'll have some more work for you when it's done. Sound good?
Oh. What do you need me to do?
I'll start you off with something easy. Did you notice the bodyguards for hire near the gates when you entered Freeside?
Yes, actually.
It's good money if you can stay alive long enough. Freeside's not as safe as it used to be, so the money is well earned. Usually well earned, that is. Recently, my man tell me that one of those bodyguards, a fella named Oris, is making a little too much money. He's making a killing in repeat business. Once someone hires him, they never want anyone else. I want you to find out why. Specifically, I want you to hire him. Play the part of an innocent tourist and follow his lead. If nothing happens, so be it. But I'm guessing things won't go so smoothly. Call it a hunch. So, what do you say?
Why are you so interested in this?
You may have noticed that some of those guards out there are kings too. I'm just looking out for my men. I'm not trying to get some kind of unfair advantage. I just want a level playing field for my boys. So, what do you say?
Sure.
Okay then. Once you part ways, return here. I'll look forward to hearing your report. Oh, and take this to cover the hiring cost.
So yeah, he is definitely... He might... I mean, he is a gang leader, and the Kaengs aren't exactly what do you call it? They aren't exactly above board, but like he himself is at the very least charismatic, you know. Eddie, there we go. Maybe I'll just keep this door open. So, stop doing that. Stop charging people come talk. Alright. Now this is interesting. As it stands here, we got Arcade and this very powerful robot. And I'm in my super duper awesome combat armor reinforced Mark II with a laser gun. So I'm thinking, and also Arcade's armed with a plasma defender. But for all Oris knows, I think that was his name, Oris. For all Oris knows, these weapon systems, Eddie's weapon systems aren't that great, and Arcade's plasma defender is mostly for show. I mean, a lot of people in New Vegas are mostly just familiar with guns and how they work. This could be a pea shooter for all he knows. And so if because I am also a member of the followers, if I just look like this and I'm completely unarmed, and this is my emotional support boyfriend and this is my emotional support dog, then maybe that's a little more believable. You know, I'm not I'm the helpless little whatever. I'm a damsel in distress that needs to not be stressed. I don't know how to impress that. I need someone to impress me.
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only
So yeah, even if I come from this way, he could just think that we're coming from the fort. That is, if Oris is right here. So like, you know, he might know that I'm, you know, here. Hello.
Need some grub? I got you covered. Cheap and filling.
What are you serving?
Typically, I find it goes down better if I leave people guessing. So what do you say? Want some?
Not right now, thanks.
You'll be back.
Alright, I'm gonna get my acting juices flowing. I'm gonna... Arcade and I and Eddie, we're all just followers vibing, and maybe we need to be escorted to the gates of the strip, and we can't really go that. We're kind of pathetic and weak and noodly, and there's someone running after us. Okay.
Hey, you're the one who's been going around helping people around here, right? The king says to keep up the good work. He said to give you this.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, I think the king's a bit of a softie. We'll learn a little bit more about him as we do some jobs for the Kaengs. Hello, you look very heavily armored.
If you need to cross Freeside, no one will keep you safer than I will.
Why do I need a bodyguard crossing Freeside?
Just look around. People here are as like to stab you as say hello. That is, if I weren't at your side.
How much for your services?
200 caps gets you my watchful eye for a trip to the South Gate.
What if I'm not going to the South Gate?
Sorry, but all the people with real money are heading for the strip, so that's the way I go. You want to go somewhere else? Hire one of these losers.
Okay, I'll hire you.
Done and done. I want to mention a few things up front. In order to ensure your safety, I need you to follow my instructions to the letter. We'll be heading down the main street here the whole way down. No detours. You go off sightseeing, and I go off to find another customer. I'll keep a brisk pace, so try not to fall behind. Now let's head out.
Well, that's refreshing. Thankfully, our lab coat, the fabric is in such a way that it hides our rippling, bulging muscles, so he doesn't know that we're actually experienced fighters. I don't know what arcades is.
Here's the old Mormon fort. You get roughed up, the followers there will patch you right up. Not that I ever need their services.
Well, if you don't need their services,
Ahead on the
it's...
next block is where the Kings hang out. Don't let them scare you. If they don't outnumber you 5 to 1, you'll be fine.
Oris, he does have heavy armor, which can slow you down, and he has a 4x4 revolver, which is pretty cool, though.
Down to the right here is the fun part of town. You haven't seen Freeside till you've been to the Wrangler.
And also, if he doesn't need the services of the followers, that's a little fishy.
Hey, slow down. I don't like the look of some of those men ahead. Let's take a different way around.
Okay. Hey, wait. That's interesting. Y'all let me know if you notice that.
Nothing to worry about. If you had hired one of those other hacks, you'd be up to your ass in lowlife right about now.
Hey, you only fired 3 shots and there are 4 guys there.
Noticed that, did you? I keenly aimed one of the shots through some soft tissue of one of them to hit the man behind him.
Why did you run ahead like that?
Call it a hunch. You do this job for long enough, and you learn to trust your instincts.
Talk. The thug appears dead, a victim of your recent fight. Medicine 30 or higher required to examine the body closely. A quick study of the body reveals that the thug is still alive and merely pretending to be dead. Okay, neato burrito.
Well, here we are. No worse for wear, are you? I trust that if you need to cross Freeside again, you'll know who to hire.
Thank you. So we've uncovered at least 2 evidences of suspicious behavior. But we're gonna keep quiet about our findings until we reach the king. Alright, another audio test. Okay, that sounds pretty good. I think maybe my mic is noise canceling my my sniffles. Maybe not.
Hey,
I think the king needs to know about this. Buy trait. Sorry. Alright, there we go. Mojave legend.
What do you have for me?
Horus is a fraud. He fixed attacks on his clients and then plays hero.
So that's how it happens. Okay then, I'll have some guys pull him off the street when no one's looking. You've shown me something,
Okay.
so maybe you can help me with a matter that's a little more important. A lot of folks around these parts who've been here a while resent the sheer number of people that have come into the area since the strip was built. In turn, the newcomers, most of whom come from the NCR, have gotten ornery from being resented. Sometimes things get violent. This is one of those occasions. Recently, a few friends of mine were attacked, and I want you to find out who did it. Word's come that they just woke up over at the old Mormon fort just north of here. Head on over, see if they remember anything.
I'll head over right away.
Good. I like that enthusiasm. Return when you have some information we can use.
Ugh. We're going back to Old Mormon Fort a fucking again. So instead of Elvis being trapped in the orb, we're trapped in the orb. You ever have that feeling? Hang on. Y'all ever have that feeling where you don't need to puke, like you don't feel pukey, but you feel like a nice puke would do you some good? That's kind of how I feel right now. Just a little, you know. Hello.
What is it? Can't you see I want to be left alone with my friend here?
The king asked me to look into your attack.
Oh, that's different then. How can I help? I'll do anything to get the bastards that did this.
So I'm going to try to be patient and remember that these people are vulnerable and that's probably why he's crotchety. What can you tell me about the attack?
Well, it happened at night, around 11. We'd recently made some caps off a bit of scrap we found and wanted to invest it wisely. As we were leaving the Wrangler, we had taken a wrong turn and ended up in the squatter side of town. From out of nowhere, these big guys show up and start barking questions at us, wanted to know if we were locals. The kid there's about as proud as a local around here gets. We started yelling back at him. Then all hell broke loose. Kid got the worst of it, sad to say.
So you have squatters interrogating, basically asking people if they're locals and then beating their asses. Do you remember anything about the people who attacked you?
They were big guys, young too. No old geezers like me. Hell, none of them looked even half my age. I was mostly face down in the dirt, begging for my life when it happened, so I only got a quick look at them.
Alright, I have to get going.
I hope you find the bastards that did this. If you want, try asking my friend Wayne over there about him. He saw more than I did. Wayne, it's okay. The king sent him.
That true? Did the king really send you?
He did, and anything you could tell me about what happened might help.
I don't really know what else I can add. They were a bunch of guys, better dressed than most Freesiders, I guess. That help?
Every bit helps, thank you.
Sorry I couldn't help more, especially since you're being so nice. Hey, wait, I just remembered something. I might have heard one of the guys that attacked us call another by name. We had just about had it when one of them said, "Hey Lou, we gotta go." At least I think he said Lou. It might have been something else. Now that I think of it, he said Lou something with a T. Tenant, that's what he called him. Lieutenant.
Oh.
He probably said Lieutenant, Wayne. The boy means well, but he's dumb as a mutant sometimes.
It happens to the best of us. Okay, so that was an NCR person. That was like not just a squatter, but a soldier. So I think we report back to the king. Yep. We report back to King Parrot. I mean, no, that was on purpose.
Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs.
Do what to Mick and Ralph's? Ugh. Okay, eerie music. I've been done this so many friggin' times. Hey, where is Pacer? I wonder if we can talk to him. Nope. I thought there was something, but there was not. Or more, I thought... I'll explain soon.
Personal space meaning anything to you, guy?
Why, you wanna bump uglies? Like, what were we doing here? Na, 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 na. Oh. That was a weapon repair kit. Where the frick is a... Okay, here's Pacer. Hello.
I've got my eye on you.
I just wanted to talk to you. I just wanted to have a nice chat. Sometimes if you talk to him, he'll tell you things. I think, maybe. Maybe not. I don't remember. You crossed the Kaengs. Like, threatening is so annoying. It's so unfashionable. Like, why would you even bother with that? What's he doing? He's just kind of oscillating. He's doing poses, like a hitman NPC. Hello, King.
Have you found anything out? Or were you just here to chat?
The local men were attacked by soldiers. One of the men was identified by rank.
Bunch of soldier boys, huh? They usually don't come around these parts since their big base is on the other side of the strip. If they're coming over here now, it's gotta be for a reason. I didn't want to believe the rumors that they're looking to take over Vegas, but now...
Yeah.
If something big is going down, I'm sure rumors of it will have spread. Ask around, particularly in the squatter areas where the NCR folk hang. You might also mosey on over to the Mormon fort and chat Julie Farkas up. The followers tend to be in the know about these things. Just don't ask her what to do about it. She'll probably ask you to hug someone or something.
She doesn't sound like that's her personality type. I don't know, maybe I could just use some talk no jutsu on somebody and then, you know, end the war.
Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs.
Wait, what Oh yeah, optional talk to Julie Farkas. That's probably a good idea. Because if we've got soldiers stomping down civilians, that's not just tensions between settlers and natives anymore. That's downright. I mean, already, but also like that's like very overt.
Great to see you again.
Do you know anything about NCR soldiers here in Freeside?
Only a little. A friend of mine, Major Elizabeth Kieran, has been handing out supplies to the poor a little west of here. What about it?
The king thinks those troops have been attacking locals. Actually, can you tell me anything else about them?
I know something's got them riled up, but I've been too busy with other matters to really look into it. If you're looking into the matter, talk to
Okay, let me... Yeah, let I thought that you could pick one option and then another, so we retry that. The king thinks those troops have been attacking locals.
I know something's got them riled up. But I've
Okay,
been
same
too busy with
response.
other matters to really look into it. If you're looking into the matter, talk to Elizabeth. She's in charge of the operations here in Freeside. though she won't open up to you right away. If Elizabeth holds out on you, tell her that I sent you. She should be a little more forthcoming if you mention my name. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
So something's up. So we can talk to Elizabeth Kieran. Hopefully get some more information here. Just on the west side of town? Oh, yeah, that little area. And we could also potentially I think over here is one of the NCR people. Might ask us some questions. There's this guy who's just standing here menacingly.
You look like a person in need of a good meal. You wouldn't happen to be an NCR citizen, would you?
I sure am.
Now, it's not that I don't believe you, but I'm gonna have to give you a little quiz to verify your citizenship status. That okay with you?
Lay it on me.
That's a good attitude. I'm sure you'll do fine. These are just a few questions that just about anyone in the NCR would know. Alright, here we go. First question. Who was the most popular president in NCR
I actually
history?
know a lot of
Peterson,
these.
Tibbet, Kimball, or Tandy?
I haven't played the previous games, but Tandy.
Uh-huh. Okay, second question. What was the original name of the NCR capital? Aradesh, Shady Sands, the Boneyard, or Vault 13?
Shady Sands.
Right. Fine then, last question. What animal is on the NCR's flag? A two-headed bear, an eagle, a two-headed snake, or a two-tailed lion?
Well, you could be a local and know that it's a two-headed bear.
Good. You passed with flying colors. That'll be fine. I expect you're wanting to know about that meal then, huh? We're located up by the old train station in the northeast part of town. Just tell the guards Hope, and they'll let you through. Best of luck to you.
Oh my god. This whatever is kicking my ass. On the west. Yeah, I think there's some
We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell.
space right here. Okay. Oh, already. Okay. Oh well, I guess it only removes 100, and that makes sense. We'll have to get some more water from. Okay, there's something on my nose. I come in.
Hold up. What's the password?
I'm here to see Major. Wait, hold on, let me catch my breath. I'm here to see Major Kieran on urgent business. Please let me pass.
If you're here to see the Major, then I suppose it's all right. Head on through.
Thank you.
Here you go. I hope this helps.
Oh. We're handing out supplies to only squatters.
Welcome. There's food and water here for any citizen of the NCR. Please, have some.
Do you serve food? Wait, are you with the NCR military?
Yes. I'm a major in the Supply Corps, which is where this food and water comes from.
Why don't you serve locals?
That's not really a pleasant topic of conversation. Let's just say we have our reasons.
Which are?
It's not something I'm willing to discuss. Now, if you'll excuse me, there are other people waiting. Yes? Was there something else you needed?
Do you serve food to locals as well?
No, I'm afraid we don't. Don't you have a friend you wanted to bring in? That's not really...
Julie Farkas told me to ask. She said it was important.
You know Julie? Not everyone in the NCR sees eye to eye with the followers, but they're okay in my book, mostly because of her. If you really want to know, we sent an envoy to the king, offering to coordinate the relief effort.
Oh, and the king refused?
In a manner of speaking. Our envoy was brutally beaten and only barely survived. My superiors ordered the relief mission scrapped. I managed to get clearance to carry out the mission anyway, but with greatly reduced support. Now, there's not enough supplies to go around, even if I wanted to serve the rest of Freeside, which I don't. That's all in the past now. I should get back to work. Say hi to Julie for me.
Something's up. Something's not. Something's stinky. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna tell the king, because if he doesn't... Two possibilities exist. Either he does know, and he's the one who beat the envoy, or had the envoy beaten. And that... What do you call it? And then he's the one who had the envoy beaten, but then why would he have that be investigated? He would know why. So I'm thinking some shady business is going on. Something happened that he wasn't aware of.
Hey, you helped out Bill Ronte, so the followers worked out a deal for you to drink free.
Oh, okay. Well, why charge for water in the first place?
If we let everyone run amok, the damn NCR would shut us down. Gotta have some way to regulate usage.
Can I buy bottled water?
Sure thing.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, fuck it. We'll buy 12. Do we have anything we can sell to him? Anything we want to sell? Take this mute fruit. Yeah, the stem pack. Sure, why not? Why do I not have a whole lot of Radaway? I feel like I should have more.
Give me a
And we'll just drink this. Aye. So yeah, we'll talk to the king. And also, like, even if he did have that happen, it's not like the kings are the ones who really speak for the locals. They're just a gang. And they just happen to be the biggest thing to rule of law around here. That's not... Don't punish everyone else here. And don't give preferential treatment to all the people who come here just because they're NCR. Like, that's not fair. So that I don't like that. But I also understand the supplies are...
Well, hey there. I heard that NCR soldier lady told you some wild story about them sending a messenger to us to work out some deal. That's bullshit, and it's nothing to bother the king with. More like they sent someone to spy on us and he wasn't tough enough to last in Freeside. So do everyone a favor and keep your mouth shut about it, okay?
Sure. You're right. He shouldn't be bothered with rumors right now.
Exactly. Seeing that we're of one mind on this, I'll head out. I got business to take care of.
Alright, don't let me keep you.
What's up?
Don't mind me, I also have business to take care of, completely unrelated to what we just discussed. I'm afraid that whatever he's doing, this is not a sit-down matter. Mr. Kaeng, I'm gonna have to talk to you while standing up.
You find out something about them soldier boys yet?
The NCR is distributing supplies in a building down by the old train station.
Handing out supplies? Like food and stuff? That ain't nothing to get ruffled over. You find anything else?
They're only handing out supplies to NCR citizens.
Ah, that would explain the goons. They're here to keep people like my friends away from the food. That ain't something I support. No, sir.
They said that someone was sent to discuss the issue with you.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They said what?
They said the man was severely beaten and the man was attacked and driven. Wait. Yeah, they said that the man was severely beaten and barely survived.
Huh. That would explain why they're all riled at us. Seems like we have a big misunderstanding. What the hell?
Oh.
King, we've got problems.
Lay it on me. What's going on?
There's a shootout going down near the train station. It's Pacer and some strangers. Might be NCR.
Jesus.
What is that fool doing? I need you to head out there and try to defuse the situation. Tell them I'm willing to cooperate.
Heard.
What's up?
Yeah, because that is some crazy shit.
You want someone dead? Really dead? Stop by the silver.
Oh, yes, let me guess. I have to go through another transition between more hybrid cells. One of my favorite things. Because every transition through a cell is an opportunity for the game to crash. One sec. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna get this one some kind of somewhat restricted. I'm glad because so far, you know, fingers crossed. So far it seems that usually when I upload the VODs with the radio playing in the background, or like if it's playing when I go into certain cells and whatnot, it will somewhat restrict my video, or it'll basically just say, hey, this has copyright material, but that's okay. It has the... Okay. I'll loot them afterwards.
You there, keep your hands where we can see them. Draw a weapon and we will fire.
Okay, I'm not gonna draw a weapon.
This isn't really a good time. What did you want?
Yeah, no kidding. The king wants to help with the relief effort.
Like he helped the envoy we sent? No thanks.
That wasn't him. He didn't even know an envoy was sent.
Then he should watch his back. We know for a fact that the envoy made it to their headquarters. Still, if the king's willing to deal with us, perhaps we can work something out. I'll tell my men to stand down.
So, yeah. Obviously, the Kings end up getting their asses handed to them a little bit. So we can pray if he made it to the headquarters and still got his ass beat. Because we saw the king was like completely surprised just now when we said that to him. So that's probably not what ended up. Like if he made it to the headquarters, it was probably Pacer who saw him in, so to speak.
The king just sent a messenger over, saying these guys are off limits. He's probably already heard about what you did here. Looks like you get to be a hero. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, and you're probably gonna get super fucking demoted if the king finds out that you were behind that. Like, are you serious? Because you just made things worse for everybody in Freeside. Literally, that one act of foolishness. I'm not sure what he thought he was trying to accomplish, whether that was some kind of act of resistance or what, but it was fucking dumb.
Good day.
You better not. Well, if you're drunk... No, I'm just kidding. That's probably not how you should respond to somebody if they do relapse, because then that's just going to be a shame spiral. Like, even if you are frustrated with them, don't express that disappointment until well after they're already taken care of, because that's just going to make things worse in that moment. So I've heard.
Hey, what's up?
Is there a staircase here? No, bathrooms. I hate that the stairs are in different parts of the building. Man, he just won't shut up about Lanius. Shit. I think these are the Kaengs quarters over here. Oh yeah, this definitely has the feel of like a Saints Row 1 hideout. Only with radiation stains on stuff. This heart-shaped bed is a frickin' vibe. Holy crap. You just got someone... King Groupie, you just got some... I don't know if that's blonde. I don't think that's blonde hair. I think that's something else. That's yellow. That's straight up yellow.
I heard all about what happened. Maybe it's time for a little more talking and a little less fighting. You've helped us plenty, so I'll tell you what. Just this much.
Level
Do whatever you
14.
want. And if I can make it happen, it's done. Don't rush it, though. Toss it around in your head a little. You only get one favor from the king.
Thank you, King. So yeah, don't touch repair or science. What else can we touch? I say we'll contribute to... Okay, yeah, science is pretty high, but lockpick could use some work. We'll bring that up to 70. Actually, we'll bring that up to 75, so we can actually pick hard level locks. I'll put the rest of the points in a speech and barter. Jury rigging. You possess the amazing ability to repair any item using a roughly similar item. Fix a trail carbine with a hunting rifle, a plasma defender with a laser pistol, or even power armor with metal armor. How does it work? Nobody knows except you. So yeah, we're not going to talk to him about the favor yet. That's a surprise tool that'll help us much, much later.
Things have been a lot better since you helped with those soldier boys. Thanks again. So, what can I do for you?
I'm trying to think. How would Pacer, or how did Pacer think that he would benefit from keeping the NCR enemies with the thing? What do you call it? Maybe because he thought that... Because the envoy was there to coordinate with the king for the relief effort for supplies with people, so they were wanting to give stuff to the locals as well. Which is very interesting, or at least Major Kieran wanted to do that. So, if they were trying to coordinate, maybe he was worried that the NCR and the Kings would get too close, and then the NCR would be able to better, like if they conquered Vegas, if they conquered the Mojave, they'd be able to better control the Kings. Maybe that's what he was thinking. But also, that's not his decision to make. That's part of the thing, is if that's your worry, that you voice that normally in a setting where you have a bunch of different eyes and different minds on the same subject. That way y'all could deliberate. You know, just have an actual conversation rather than just deciding that you know best. Anyway. This building is interesting. What do you know about it?
Near as I can tell, it's some sort of religious institution. Well, I know it says school out front, but everything in here seems to be related to the worship of some guy from back in the day. People used to come here to learn about him, to dress like him, move like him, to be him. If that's not worship, I don't know what is.
Interesting. Tell me more about him.
Not a whole lot to tell. There were only a few books left in here when we found it, and those were rotted away. There were some posters left that were pretty well preserved, which is how we know all this stuff was based on the same guy. The thing of it is, we don't even know what his name was. All the posters just referred to him as the King.
Interesting. And that's where you got the name from.
Well, that and the giant sign outside. This place could have been the King's House of Dog Chow, and I still would have taken the name. But I like to think I keep the memory alive.
That is so freaking interesting. This is a school what was taught here.
As far as we can tell, the guy that built this place was considered the coolest of the cool, and taught other people how to be more like him. People would come all around to learn how to sing, dance, dress, and even speak the way he did.
Is that what you guys do to pretend to be this guy?
Something like that, yeah. There were some working tapes here when we first got here, so we know what he sounded like. Sadly, they stopped working a few years back, so I sold them to a junk merchant who was passing through. Otherwise, I'd play some for you. All the outfits you see my guys wearing around were originally found in here too, along with more hair gel than you can shake a stick at.
Alright. Like I said, that whole thing, very freaking interesting. We'll ask about Rick's in another time. But basically, like, I'm sure, like, you know, you play the game at first, or you like see a trailer or something, and you see the Kaengs, and you notice like how they're basically all impersonating Elvis, and it's like, wow, that's so funny. There's like a bunch of Elvises running around. But then when you look beneath the surface, there's like a genuine, like, lore-wise, even serious explanation for it. That's just what I freaking love about this. I'm sorry, like, that's just like. And well, he was. I wonder if in his mind it was kind of like some kind of Catholic school or something, but for, you know, the king. So, like, if it was like a school of, like, basically, like, I wonder if he sees him as like almost like some kind of Jesus light, you know. What can you tell me about Freeside?
To understand Freeside, you have to look back a few years. Originally, we were all just tribes making a living in this area. That all changed when Mr. House came around. He made an offer to the 3 biggest tribes that were willing to listen to him. Today, everyone calls those tribes the 3 families, and they live in luxury and run their own casinos in the strip. The rest of us were left to fight over the crumbs, living in the shadow of those more fortunate. Things got pretty nasty for a while, but we wanted more. A place of our own, a place where no one could tell us what to do, and we didn't want to go elsewhere to find it. So we took control of this place and made it our own. That's really all Freeside is, the best of a bad situation.
Okay, that is admirable. Tell me about the Kings. Tell me about the Kaengs.
We're different than other gangs, not just because we dress better. We're not just a group of thugs looking for our next fight. The Kings are about an idea, you see, where every man is free to follow his own path, do his own thing, where every man is a king in his own right.
So why isn't every man in Freeside in your gang?
We've tried to pass our philosophy on to the people of Freeside, but not everyone is ready to be a king. The kids love us, but the old-timers tend to shy away and keep to themselves. And they probably couldn't pull off the look anyway. As for the others, some people just plain don't respect others, and that's a no-no. If there's one thing I won't tolerate, it's lack of respect.
Yeah, like the fucking Van Graffs. Where did you get the robot dog?
I got Rex here from a salvager a few years ago. He was a little dinged up when I got him, but one of the followers fixed him right up.
What can you tell me about Pacer?
Pace? He and I grew up together around here. We've been through a lot together. There's no man I'd rather have at my side in a pinch. Don't judge him too harshly for trying to get some caps out of you. He probably took you for a squatter, looking for a place to settle down. There have been a lot of people moving into the area lately, and it's got some people riled. Can't blame them myself. There's only so much to go around.
Yeah, and there is that whole aspect of you're coming in here with a group of people that's kind of walking all over us, you know? Who are the important people in Freeside?
There's me, but I don't really like talking about myself. There's Julie Farkas and the other followers down at the old Mormon fort. The Garrett twins up at the Wrangler deserve mention. Wouldn't be right not mentioning the Van Graffs, I suppose. And while they're not important in the overall scheme of things, there's Mick and Ralph, too. Just don't tell them I said that. Who all did you want to know about?
Tell me about Julie Farkas.
Julie represents the followers of the Apocalypse. They're a group that tries to help people out whenever they can, so we get along just fine.
Yeah, they
If you ever
do.
need to
They're
get patched
friendly.
up, one of their docks will have you right as rain in no time flat. They sell supplies, too, or used to. Heard they were having trouble bringing stuff in, or keeping up with the demand, or something lately. Did you want to know about anyone else?
I'd like to hear about the Garrett twins.
Them twins run the Atomic Wrangler, the only working casino here in Freeside. It's become pretty much the place to go around these parts. Give it a whirl when you've got some time. Now, was there anyone else you wanted to know about?
Who are the Van Graffs?
They're a family-run business from out west that deal in weapons mostly. A word of caution, though, they're not a friendly bunch. Not at all.
Yep.
Their store is just past the Wrangler and sells all kinds of fancy weapons that most people around here can't afford. Anyone else you wanted to know about?
Well, what's the skinny on Mick and Ralph?
Mick and Ralph sell all sorts of things at a small store over by the East Gate. They've done all right by us, and they'll do all right by you. You want to know about anyone else?
Excuse me. I have to go.
All right. I'll see you later.
Thanks, King. I feel like if I was actually talking to him in real life, I wouldn't use the King.
What's up?
I feel like that would be a little derisive. It's like talking with a country accent if you don't already have one to someone from the country. Oh, let's see. There's country, southern. People would say Indianians, Hoosiers have an accent as well. I was asking my dad about it. He basically said that Indiana is the... What do you call it? Indiana is the south of the Midwest. Which honestly, it makes a lot of sense. Indiana, basically, one thing I know about it is it has a lot of farms. Even though it's like literally like from where I moved in California. Hang on, let me do another audio test. From where I moved in California. Oh yeah. Where to now? Do we do ring-a-ding-ding? Should we do ring-a-ding-ding, or should we wait till next stream? Because I feel like if we start ring-a-ding-ding, that'll overshadow the rest of the stream. Which I don't necessarily mind, but... Like, there are other things to do around Freeside, but I feel like I just want to do that main thing. Matter of fact, let's talk to Julie Farkas real quick. Let's check in with her, see how things are going in Freeside. And we'll talk about Rex, or we'll talk about the Rex with the King soon.
Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs.
Okay, those children have been chasing that thing for a while. Normally I don't like to kill animals, but I think they're chasing for food. So y'all just look away.
Thanks, mister.
That's a little crazy, but yeah. I was like, those children need to eat, you know? At first I thought they were just chasing for fun, but I'm like, no, that they're chasing that thing for food. I was like, yeah, probably not a whole lot else to do in Freeside.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I gotta stop responding with the raspy voice. Hi, Arcade.
What's up?
Just saying hi. He's a cutie. He's basically it's kind of like he's my boyfriend in the sense that like in JoJo's Part 6 where Anasui wants to marry Jolene, even though she's just kind of like you're certainly there, you certainly exist, He's like all over her. It's kind of like that, where it's like eventually I'm going to let him be privy slash, or I'm going to basically convince him, like I'm going to earn his hand in marriage, his hand in boyfriendhood. Fuck is Julie Fark? Oh, I remember. Is there another book in Old Mormon 4? I think I looted it. Let me look. Wolfhorn. On something here. I thought there was a book in Old Mormon 4. Is there not? Did I already grab it? I'm gonna check. There's another little area here. I'm gonna check that area.
Hey.
An arcade, just to let you know, if there is a book in here and it's someone else's property, I am stealing it. I will steal it and I will read it, which will make it disappear out of existence. I could have sworn there was a book. Like, I looked at it and I thought I had grabbed one in the last stream, but I couldn't find it. So I don't really know what's up with that. Or like I couldn't find it on my list here.
Hey.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. Or more, I mean, I'm going in this building anyway, so I'll just look while I'm there. Would have been right here somewhere? Here's a magazine here.
Great to see you again.
Do you sell medical supplies?
We're pretty short-handed as it is, but I suppose I could spare a few items.
Maybe some Radaway. And real quick, don't go back to bed yet. Okay, so the fun thing about the jury rigging perk is you'll notice as you use it more that there are certain categories of items. Each item is part of its own class, so to speak, that can be repaired by other items. So these are part of the one-handed guns class, the 10mm submachine gun. So you do this, and suddenly it's almost fully repaired. You could hypothetically repair these with each other, but that was before the perk. It's because the Q35 is basically the unique plasma rifle. Get your fucking ass out of bed.
Welcome back, friend. We don't have a lot right now, but this is what I can offer for sale.
God. Oh, perfect. We get full value for that. Awesome. I don't need a whole lot of doctor's bags. We'll buy some magazines. And we'll buy some Radix. Oh, perfect. Awesome. Awesome. I love being rich. If you'll clip that. Which thankfully I don't think is going to happen because there's only one viewer right now. And I'll be defending myself. I'll be very defensive about it if I'm ever called out. Not called out. I just say, like, out of context, that sounds really funny. Just like, I love being rich. I feel like if I was rich in real life, I would feel a lot of pressure from some of the circles that I've been in to, you know, use the vast majority of that money for good. So I probably wouldn't be rich, as in I would have consistent assets. Just if I found myself with sudden, consistently massive income, I'd spend the vast majority of it and use the rest on taking care of necessities for my family. Because if it's one thing that I'm noticing, that I'm kind of gathering.
Sell, people. Only at Mick and Ralph's.
Guess we go the New Vegas gate right now. But there's something that I'm noticing about rich people is a lot of them get accustomed to massive, vast wealth very quickly. Or like maybe they've been rich their entire lives and that's why. But they don't really seem to enjoy most of what they have. And it's not that they're not necessarily grateful, they could be grateful. But that's the thing about them is if you're rich all the time and you regularly have like the finest quality of anything and everything, you're gonna be used to anything to the point where you can go on vacation somewhere. You can just decide to do that because usually whatever business, like I'm using Real Housewives as a reference, whatever business, whatever thing you have going on, whatever obligations, there are things that you have the power and the privilege to step away from like that. You basically just tell whoever your intern or whoever you're dealing with is like, hey, I'm going to go on vacation. I'll see you in a while. Keep the business running while I'm gone. They're like, okay, have fun. And you can go wherever you want in the world as long as it is a route that is available. You can go to the various island destination areas. You can go to Hawaii, even though they really don't like that right now because a lot of tourism has been making things worse. But that's the whole thing, is you can go anywhere you want and you can go to the finest places, but that's the thing, you'll be used to the finest things. So if ever anything is briefly subpar, if you're inconvenienced at all, you might not necessarily be narcissistic about it, but it will affect you more than if there was an inconvenience and that was your first time or one of your few times experiencing luxury. Here's the thing. If you're lower middle class or you actually have enough money to afford the occasional vacation, like basically the closest thing that I've had to any kind of island vacation is when I went to Puerto Rico for my aunt's wedding. And before y'all be critical of the decision to be married in Puerto Rico, is because that's where her husband was from. So they were there not because they just wanted to pick a nice spot. They were there because that's where his family lives. Like that's where his first home is. So they wanted to have that there. But obviously everybody who came to the wedding, we all got to be in Puerto Rico. It was a wonderful experience. Even for the relatively inexpensive, the more affordable options for housing, the more affordable options for food that we had, it was still lovely. I got to have a virgin pina colada from one of the 100 places that claims to have the first pina colada. Claims to be the birthplace of it. I got to try some mofongo. It's really yummy. It basically tastes like potatoes. And the air, the atmosphere there, it was December and it was beautiful and temperate. And the air was so nice and clean there. Because whatever pollution the island would generate would just be carried off elsewhere by the weather pattern. So the entire island just had this beautiful, like I could breathe, there was no stuffiness, it wasn't humid or it wasn't like bad or anything like that. It was nice and temperate, a little warm during the day and a little chilly at night. I really enjoyed it overall. But that's the thing. I enjoyed that very, very much because I don't usually experience vacations in Puerto Rico. I don't usually go to Puerto Rico for anything. And some of the people that have lived there their whole lives, they're either working at tourist destinations, because that's where the money's at, or they're living in the countryside. But that's the thing. My point is, I rarely experience that. So that was why that was such a unique, such a powerful thing for me. Why I really enjoyed myself. But if I was rich and I could take trips anywhere, then a trip to Puerto Rico would probably be an average Tuesday for me. Or it would be, oh, okay, you know, I do this shit every month. So if I'm rich, if I ever end up rich, for one thing, I wouldn't want to be spending all kinds of money on luxuries, because part of it, what you would have to ask yourself, or what I would ask myself is, do I really need to spend $800 on golden crusted hot wings just to prove that I have the funds to do that? Or can I choose this more affordable option? Will my money be better used elsewhere? Because that money, the whole thing about trickle down and all that nonsense, we're just doing a whole little lecture here, a little speech, or just like a little one person discussion. The whole thing about trickle down is bullshit, because any money that rich people do spend is going to be on high luxury services, that money there is going to be in the hands of either the middle class, who are especially talented, who have had the money, or they have the money to be middle class because they're people who are very, very talented in what they do, and that's why the rich will only do their services. Or they're just going to be services but most of that money is still going to end up in the hands of the people who own those businesses that the rich people are using, i.e. other rich people. Rich people who are rich because of those businesses. So that money is never going to see the working class. Not at all. Not in the slightest. Ugh. But what was I saying about that? Because then that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't want to be doing services like that, because then that money's never going to go back into the greater economy. It's not going to help people spending money like that. That's not... Trickle down is a fantasy. So, what I would want to do is I would want to live most of my life the way I kind of am right now. I mean, obviously, I'm still waiting on a job, and I'm gonna be making new friends here. Like, I'm gonna have an active social life and whatnot. But I mean, have the amenities that I have. If there's something gets broken in the house, or there's something I really want for the house, I'll get it. But it will be reasonable middle class expenditures. Basically, the only thing that will be different about my life is if something goes wrong, we'll have the money to address it and fix it. But I don't want to have the finest anything, especially not regularly, because then I'll get used to it. Maybe I'll treat myself on occasion to a reasonable vacation. Maybe one time I'll do a first class trip just to see how much better it is. Because a lot of the things they're doing in first class are some of the things that they used to be doing in all flights all the time back in the day. But then they started taking away little services, because for one thing they became more expensive, or they were charged more to provide those services, and for another the airlines wanted to make more money. So anything to basically push the envelope to see what they can get away with. But I would keep it reasonable. But the reason why I would keep it reasonable is because I did not grow up rich. I grew up, I'd say, like middle working class, lower middle class. I had everything that I needed. I never wanted for anything. We never wondered where our next meal was coming from, and that's because both of my parents busted their asses to provide for the family. So they were both working, making money. When I got old enough, I would just stay at home sometimes. But there was never... So we didn't have a lot of luxuries. And sometimes I could get if I asked for like a video game or a toy or something, I would get it. I usually didn't ask for a whole lot. But I never grew up rich. So I grew up having to appreciate the value of $1. And then when I became an adult and I started having money of my own, and I blew it all because I didn't really know... I didn't really think that I would have to budget. I actually had to learn a lesson there, as in oh, okay. So I have to budget, or I have to be sparing with my money, because it's not just a font that's going to happen, so... Basically, the point is, it's... at every level, rich people lead a very insular life. I don't mean that as in it's torturous for them. I mean they don't interact with the real world half the time. The entire world under capitalism, and almost every aspect, is made to satisfy a rich person's desires. And you can see that on every level, from fast food to department stores to anything. Basically, it makes some rich person happy. And it's fucking exhausting. But if you think about how rich people live, how much like babies they are, then it will make sense to you. And you can begin to psychologically profile them and figure out what makes them tick. I just thought that was interesting. Basically, the one rich person that I like, apart from a couple celebrities, is Bethany from The Real Housewives. She did grow up rich, but her parents were fucked up and didn't actually let her have access to any of that money. So all the money that she has now, she had to earn exactly for herself. And she was very kind to all the housewives. She's not on the show anymore, probably because it just got too stressful. But you know, last I heard, she was living a good, decent life. So.
Howdy.
Howdy.
You look new to Freeside, so here's a little advice, friend. Don't go past the Southgate greeter without talking to it first.
Why wouldn't I want to go past the greeter?
Those bots are programmed to vaporize anyone who enters the fenced-in area without authorization from the greeter.
Thanks for the free advice. Who are you?
The name's Old Ben. I've been living in Freeside since the day I was born.
What's your story?
I've done a bit of everything around here. Courier, butcher, crier, escort, gun for hire. Some of which I'm not proud of, but I do my best to help around town when needed.
Courier? I used to be a courier before I got shot in the head.
Exactly one of the reasons I got out of that. Too many shifty characters looking to have someone else move their hot items.
Butcher? How'd you get into that?
My father ran a butcher shop here in town, but business went downhill when another vendor started selling this strange meat at half our prices.
That sounds odd.
You're telling me. Not long after my father's shop went under, and he passed away from the loss, people around town started experiencing shakes. No one gets shakes like that unless they're eating human flesh.
Uh-oh.
But no one would believe me. The sick bastard gradually went insane and passed away. Wasn't long before someone moved into the guy's place and found half-buried human remains in the crawl space.
What the?
I didn't bother saying.
That is some
"Told you so."
Oblivion shit. Crier, what was that job?
After a while, I made enough money to get a passport into Vegas. Back then, you could get approved for entry for a fraction of what it costs now. Well, I got a job working as a crier outside of the Tops, advertising for the local talent performing at the casino. That didn't last long.
What happened?
Well, being a suave young guy, I chatted up the ladies from time to time, and one of the manager's girls started to take a liking to me. I never touched the woman, but the jealous prick decided it was my time to go. He framed me by saying I'd stolen from the casino. Sure enough, a few grand was missing from the casino vault. I have to assume the bastard stole the funds and figured I was a convenient fall guy.
That's horrible.
Yeah, but what can you do? I was stripped of my casino apartment and all of my belongings and booted back into Freeside. From there, I didn't have a lot of career options, as my rep was destroyed. So the escort job sort of fell into my lap. No pun intended.
That's fucked. That is so fucked up. That's a rare version, because usually I feel like that would happen with a, well, not necessarily a woman, but like, I guess this is like an interesting context because it reminds me of the fact that someone was interested in him, or one of the manager's girls liked him, but he didn't like her. But that didn't matter because the manager decided that he was a problem despite not doing anything. So then he made that his problem. That's like a lot of times when if someone's interested in a woman and a woman's not interested in them, there's nothing she can do about it because then already like usually they're jealous of the fact that she won't give them attention, and then they end up making that her problem by like getting her fired or something like that. So this is an interesting variant of that. But that's really fucked up because you didn't do anything and yet you have all these people now breathing down your neck blaming you. Oh, that part pisses me off. Out of this whole story, that part pisses me off so much. You said escort? Like armed guard?
Well, I suppose you could look at it that way, but I was packing a whole different kind of heat. No, escort just sounds better than manhole.
So, you got paid for sex?
Yep. I was damn good at my job, too. But after a while, I just felt like a piece of meat and had to quit.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a hurdle. Well, for one thing, many things would be a hurdle. Because, for one thing, like especially like now, like right now, I would feel like, for one thing, it's illegal in most places. It's criminalized in most places. Even though back in the day it was totally legal and totally actually regular, that would, like, you would have like taverns and inns and stuff that would have brothels as part of the services. Like usually, like in the show Quick Draw, I think it took place in the 1870s, 1880s, in like some town during the whole Manifest Destiny era. I forget what exactly, but it was like 10. I remember it was like 10 years after slavery was abolished. But either way, in the town that was run by Honey Shaw, who was both the tavern runner and the madam of the girls that were working there. So that was commonplace back in the day until a bunch of fucking relatively recent Puritans showed up, basically saying that, you know, like, basically as part of the whole Prohibition era, that having sex for money was against God, and, you know, every financially based ejaculation gets a little bit gets into his eye, and he gets really upset about it. And obviously, when Prohibition ended, people could drink again, but no one ever decriminalized sex work. So if you do full service, obviously there's other versions like OnlyFans and whatnot, which they fall into the realm of sex work. But if you're ever doing full service, which is, you know, basically direct prostitution, you're at risk of getting arrested. John, someone who used your services, would not get arrested. He wouldn't be committing a crime, or they wouldn't be committing a crime, but you would be committing a crime. And think about that, a lot of people still nowadays, if they're living on the streets, said that sometimes it is the only thing they can do because it's a very reliable service. A lot of people are into something. So basically, I think one of the hurdles is that because it's illegal, it's also dangerous because you'll have to go without certain legal safety protections. And that means that someone could potentially very greatly harm you, and you would basically just be left with the lasting trauma, and there wouldn't really be much that you could do. Like, it's hard enough for an everyday person who's not doing sex work to get a conviction on somebody for assault of that kind. And imagine how much harder it will be if you're saying, oh yeah, I basically, you know, I was having sex for money, and then this person decided not to take no for an answer. Like, they could be just as easily say, oh, well, they took my money, and then blah, blah, blah. Like, that's just a huge mess. And also, that's just the threats on your mental health and your psychology. There's, like physical threats as well. Like, if you are answering to a pimp, or there's just, like, you could be murdered, very simply, like, if you were trying to find a private place. Like, all of these dangers involved there. Reasons, several of many, why I wouldn't want to do that. But, funny enough, it is legal in Nevada, and they actually have modern brothels, and, with the courtesans and everything. They have some security procedures. There was actually someone on Love After Lockup. Was it Love After Lockup? I think it was Love After Lockup. There was someone who was working at one of the brothels in Nevada, and she was basically saying how, kind of slightly off topic, but the guy she was dating was, like, very frustrated at the fact that she had to do that to make money because she also had a child to support. But she was also giving money to him because he was in prison and he needed, like, amenities or whatever. But he didn't actually he still kept getting frustrated and annoyed with her for working there because he was jealous of the fact that she was having sex with other men. But that was her job. So that's the thing. Like, don't be with somebody that you know is going to do that if you know that you're going to get so jealous that you can't stand it. Because he would still blame her and just get mad at her randomly for that. And yet he still, in that same vein, would ask her to send him money, even though he didn't want her making money. Or at least making money that way. But that's the thing. Like, if... Like, the whole thing where anyone... Like, obviously, people who say that sex work is amoral or evil or whatever, or people who say that it's inherently harmful to women. No. The danger does not come from the sex work itself. The danger comes from the fact that it's illegal. And basically, if there's something that people are going to do regardless of whether it's legal or not, then clearly on some level it is a necessity. As in, it's going to happen. Just like if someone needs an abortion, they're going to secure that for themselves regardless of whether it's legal. The only thing you're actually changing is whether it's safe or not for them to do that. How safe the process is going to be. So if you really cared about women's safety, which let's be honest, half the people who are all those sex work exclusionary radical feminists, they don't care about women's safety. They view them as collateral. But either way, it really just does come from that whole Puritan nonsense. Also, part of me, like, I'm taking the opportunity to talk in depth about all these topics because, as they come up, like, they enter my mind and I want to talk about them. But also, that way, like, maybe I'll still have some wiggle room for whether I want to actually go into New Vegas right now. You said you were a gun for hire?
When I quit the escort job, I had enough money to buy a pistol belt and some other gear.
And use different weapons.
Honest living, and I had the wits and physical build to handle most thugs. After saving a few tourists from trouble, I got a reputation for being a stand-up guy again, and after a decade, managed to save up enough to retire.
Okay, that's good that he's retired, though. Still, that's some fucking... hate that shit so much. I would be like, oh, you thought you still think that I lied about the casino? Well, fuck you. Maybe if I'm escorting you, I'll make sure to forget where you are, and then, suddenly you wander into a group of Freeside thugs.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.
So that's cool. No, don't do that. Please don't do that. So yeah, they will kill. Actually, one thing before we go there, let's hit up the Wrangler. I do not think bots should be allowed to advertise. I think they should be pressed with legal charges. I'm half joking, because they're annoying me that much. So maybe I don't respect the hustle. Because anytime, like... Because if you're running a bot... Actually, no, I don't. Because those bots are kind of like the whole AI thing, where it's like using up all kinds of resources that are just further harming the planet. So no, I don't support that hustle at all. I will show no pity or mercy to them. I actually do hope they get pressed with legal charges. Because it's not just that they're annoying me, it's that they're harming the Earth. So we got some gambling here. So we're probably gonna finish this out with some gambling. And y'all, take a look at my special stats here. I have a luck of 7. And that might not matter that much in a usual setting, but
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. Looking to exchange?
I like to exchange caps for chips.
How many chips would you like?
We'll start with 1,000.
Here's your chips. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, merci.
Enjoy your stay at the Atomic Wrangler.
So yeah, each casino, including the ones on the strip, have their own type of chip, and we can use those chips to play games, and then we can earn those chips. I'm sure this is how it works in real life, but you know. Hey arcade, wanna gamble? I'll buy. Okay, he's not into it. Current bet, increase bet, bet max. Okay, that's 40. Spend. We'll play till roughly like, I don't know, 750. So this in my experience doesn't usually use a whole lot. Doesn't usually earn a whole lot of money. Okay, so anytime we get a cherry, let's look at the payout list. Basically, the cherries are sure money. Like, if there's at least one cherry that shows up, we earn money. But for everything else, we would have to get 3, which is very rare in my experience. Yeah. Anytime you get any kind of variety. And I can also land in the middle there, which is really annoying. So this is not my moneymaker. Oh, cool. Okay, more chips. Okay, so maybe we'll play until we get back to 1,000. Or until we pass 1,500. Whichever happens first. Okay. Exit. We could earn a thing there. We can earn some XP. Also, 1 sec. Let me reset my party thing. Don't. Sitting on this crest. Let's sit on this nice stool right here. Do it. Bet max. Big money, big slots. Okay, so we'll keep going until we reach until we dip below 750. Or get to 1,500, whatever happens first. Now 1,000 then. See, another thing, if I ever did gamble in real life, it would be with a very small amount of money, and it would be very controlled. Nowadays, I have the willpower to be able to restrain myself in any given dynamic. Ooh! Okay. We'll keep that. And now for the real money. Blackjack. Y'all don't mind the
and give Lady Luck a chance.
Y'all don't mind the fact that I'm in this like super valuable armor. We're going to gamble. Bet max 200. Deal. Stay. So, well, we'll say it when we're done here. Nope. Double down. Yes. Okay, so that was the tie. Man. Nice. An ace and a royal card or whatever. Oh, that automatically ejected us.
I've got my eye on you.
Okay, so that basically just means we got some rewards for making a lot of money. So, let me tell you all something about luck. It actually affects your gambling chances in New Vegas. It does. Like, if you are gambling and you don't have good luck, you are not going to win a whole lot. You might, but you are most likely not going to. So luck influences certain outcomes when you're playing blackjack. Obviously, the choices you make do influence your outcome somewhat. But for the most part... Ah, fuck. Ah, yes. We earn another award. Some whiskey. And a gambler hat, okay. I think there are 4 tiers of rewards that you earn. Basically, they get a little nicer to you every time, and you'll notice this in the higher casinos. They'll be a little happier with you each time, like they might even comp you the fine suite and whatnot. But when you reach a certain point, they're no longer going to want you gambling there, and they'll actually might be a little hostile towards you. You still get to be in the casino itself, but you don't get to touch the tables at all. Because you're making too much money. There's also, and this is not something that I knew until recently, counting cards. And I didn't know what counting cards was. I just knew that it sounded bad. It sounded like cheating. All counting cards is you mentally keeping track. Is you mentally keeping track of which cards and which suits have been used. That's all that is. Like, if you in your head are going, okay, this, the 10 of whatever has been used, or the blah, 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 like we've already had 4 10s, so there's not going to be another one. It's very hard to prove, for obvious reasons, because that shit just goes on in your head. But if people think you're counting cards, they will stop you from gambling. Which is really fucking silly. Like, they'll treat you like you did something wrong. That's downright ridiculous. That doesn't really make sense when you think about it for longer than 5 seconds. Apart from just the fact that you're smart. Like, if they don't like that you're doing that, then they should make it so that maybe they don't use, I don't know. So they don't just use from one suit of cards, they just is different. But imagine getting mad over that, like you did something. Dealer must draw to 16 and stand on all, I don't know what it says. So, an ace can count as 1. Oh, fuck. An ace can count as 1, but it can also count as... Oh, it can also count as 10. It just depends on the context. Okay, we're not doing too hot. You feel lucky, okay. I think that basically tells us, that's the game telling us, hey, luck played a factor in this. And an ace also is a tiebreaker. So if you have an ace and someone else has an ace, or if you have an ace and that adds up to a certain thing and someone else has cards of the same value, you win. Rum and Nuka added. An absinthe and a dapper gambler suit. Let's put that on, huh? Actually, let's take off the hat. There we go. Much better. How do I look, Arcade? It's okay. You can tell me that I'm more beautiful than anyone who's appeared in your wildest dreams. You're just being honest. Hi, Blackjack. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So I think once I earn another... once I earn another little bit of money that's, like, considered sufficient. Oh, fuck me. Like, once I get into the next quadrant, like, I think I have to earn, like, 5,000 something chips. Also, with Blackjack, you have to get to 21. And if you get, like I said, if you get an ace and a 10, or ace and one of the royal cards, then you're guaranteed victory. Unless they're also tied. In which case, I think it's a, oh, fuck. Nice. Nice. Uh-oh. Sorry, but you have reached the jackpot limit, but feel free to explore the other services here at the Atomic Wrangler. That's okay.
Welcome to the Atomic Wrangler. Looking to exchange?
I like to turn in my chips.
In what currency would you like your payout? Non-caps currencies will have fractions paid out in caps.
That's very interesting that they also service Legion money. That's kind of like... I like my payout in caps, please.
Caps it is. Will there be anything else? Talk to you later.
We earned like 5,000. Just like that. I'm telling you, that luck stat, it goes crazy. Alright, perfect. It is, even though it's not like a full 2 hours, like I said, I started late. I actually set an alarm for 9:50, but I ended up waking up at 10. I mean, I'm telling you, that nap was...
Come to the Silver Rush for all
not doing anything to the, like, of the sort to the Silver Rush. What do you mean? Very inappropriate. Alright, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you once again, Asterisk, my #1 fan. For now, it's looking like this will be the stream schedule until further notice, so... like I said, I'll let y'all know in the Discord, if you're all in the Discord, what the deal is, one way or, like, once I get a job, how that will affect my streaming schedule, if it does. But obviously I'm going to prioritize my job schedule for obvious reasons, and I'll be able to fit the stream schedule around that, so, yeah. Bye.